Toni Braxton appeared in a musical scenario in the late 1980s as a member of the Braxtons, a female R&B group composed by her and her sisters Tracy, Towanda, Trina, and Tamar Braxton. However, she decided to pursue a solo career after the success of her first solo single from 1992, Love Should Have Brought You Home, the soundtrack to Eddie Murphy's movie Boomerang. Toni released her first solo album in 1993, which reached number 1 on the Billboard album chart and featured hits like Another Sad Love Song and Breathe Again. Her second album, Secrets, was another huge hit in 1996, selling over 15 million copies, and featured the biggest hit of her career, Unbreak My Heart. The song was number 1 for 11 weeks and made Toni an international music star. The singer had a career that many artists wanted. However, despite of her success, which included over $170 million in record sales for her label, in 1998, Toni Braxton declared bankruptcy. Toni Michelle Braxton was born on October 7, 1968. She is the eldest of 6 children. Her parents were the minister Michael Braxton and his wife Evelyn, an opera singer. They were raised in a strict religious house that forbade any engagement with secular music. Toni and her 4 younger sisters, Tracy, Towanda, Trina, and Tamar, started singing very early in their father's church. Over time, Michael and Evelyn loosened the ties, allowing her daughters to have contact with soul and rock singers. Toni, in turn, gained more scope to develop her vocal style. Because of her hoarse voice, she often used male singers such as Luther Vandross, Stevie Wonder, and Michael McDonald as inspiration. For Toni, music became a vital component of her life. She participated in several local talent shows and continued to sing with her sisters. After her graduation from high school, she planned to become a music teacher, but she was convinced by Bill Padaway to drop out of college. Bill was an aspiring songwriter who was working as an attendant at a gas station. He co-wrote Girl You Know It's True, a song that became a number 1 hit for Milli Vanilli in 1989. Bill introduced Toni to a producer who made a deal at Arista Records for her and her sisters. They recorded under the name of the Braxtons, and their first and only single, Good Life, was released in 1990. Although they weren't a considerable success, they caught the attention of Antonio L.A. Reid and Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, who had just formed their own label, LaFace Records. They were specifically interested in Toni and felt that she would make a great solo artist. While Toni's blossoming career would catapult her to the heights of superstardom in a matter of months, it also left her haunted with a sense of overwhelming regret. For Toni, although striking that devil's bargain led to fame and half a dozen Grammys, it also meant temporarily alienating the affection of the folks she was closest to. As she puts it, "My answer was yes to the solo deal, but it was the saddest yes I've ever given." Toni's family did not support her decision to go solo, but it was her sister Tracy who encouraged her to accept the deal and suggested that she helped her sisters getting her own recording deal. All the Braxton sisters worked alongside Toni on her first US tour, music videos, and promotional presentations. They were featured in a music video for the 3rd single from Toni's debut album, 7 Whole Days. In 1992, Toni Braxton got her first big break when she was asked to replace Anita Baker and sing for the soundtrack to Eddie Murphy's film, Boomerang. The job gave her significant exposure. Her solo Love Should Have Brought You Home and the duet Give You My Heart with Babyface became hit songs on the rhythm and blues charts. The expectation for Toni's first album was high, and when she released her first debut album in 1993, it was a hit on the music charts. With hits like Breathe Again, You Mean the World to Me, and Another Love Song, the album sold over 8 million copies. It also earned the singer a pair of Grammys for Best New Artist and Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Toni worked with L.A. Reid and Babyface one more time. She released her second album, Secrets, in the summer of 1996, and, to no surprise, it was another tremendous success. The first single, You're Making Me High, was overshadowed by the follow-up single, the ballad Unbreak My Heart, written by songwriter Diane Warren. The song was a colossal hit and stayed incredible 11 weeks at the top of the charts. Other singles, I Don't Want To and How Could an Angel Break My Heart, weren't as successful, but that didn't matter. By then, Secrets was already their second consecutive multi-platinum success. But instead of producing a third album, the singer ended up filing a lawsuit against her record company.
But
Toni Braxton was making millions for her label. Still, her attorney told the Los Angeles Times that she earned less than 35 cents per album and was in a terrible financial situation. In January 1998, 8 weeks after filing a lawsuit against the label, Toni filed for bankruptcy. In November 2012, the singer spoke to ABC News about her financial problems. She revealed that due to contractual recording issues, she received less than $2,000 in royalties, and, as a result, would have to pay back to the label for all sorts of costs, including clothing, travel, studio time, and music videos. Toni's obsession with her home decor didn't help the situation either. "I love dishes and house things, so I kinda lost it a little bit on the houseware," she said. Fortunately, she ended up getting a $20 million deal from her record company in 1999, which she was only able to reveal after a 10-year contractual secrecy. Armed with a new record deal guaranteeing her millions, the artist successfully emerged from bankruptcy and returned to prominence in 2000 thanks to her hit "He Wasn't Man Enough," included on her third studio album, The Heat. However, the success was short-lived. The next 3 albums only sold a few 100,000 copies each. These albums are like that one-night stand that you don't want to talk about. You don't want anyone to know about the records that didn't do well. I've had a few of those, Toni said. With the release of a new album in 2000, Toni Braxton paid the bills. Years later, she was called to present a series of shows at a large hotel in Las Vegas. The show, which began in 2006, was a success, and she earned a lot of money. During a performance in April 2007, it was reported that the singer had fallen from stage. Taken to the hospital, she was diagnosed with microvascular angina, the narrowing of the heart vessels, and later she was diagnosed with lupus, which forced her to cancel her lucrative Las Vegas hotel contract. As a result of the breach of contract, Toni had to pay a $10 million termination fee, and again, she was in trouble. Filing for bankruptcy a second time was difficult for the R&B singer. She felt that she had let her fans down. "Because you're supposed to be smarter. People expect you to be smarter," Toni said, adding that she hoped being open about her financial problems would serve as a cautionary tale for young aspiring singers. She managed to solve her second bankruptcy in 2013, and later found success when she and her sister starred their own reality show, Braxton Family Values, which aired for 7 seasons. "My bankruptcy situation worked out really well for me," she said on an episode of the show. In fact, it did. A federal court cleared most of her debts, which allowed her to keep her personal belongings, including a Porsche, a piano, and her 6 Grammys. Over the years, Toni had her faith tested by a series of afflictions. Not only did she make and lost a fortune, declaring bankruptcy twice in the process, but she married Carrie Lewis, to whom she was married for 12 years, and had 2 children before going through a divorce in 2013. According to a rep for the singer, the couple had a peaceful split-up, and are still actively involved in raising their 2 children. When Toni learned that her youngest son, Diesel, had autism, she wondered if the affliction could be a curse for the miscarriage she had previously suffered. The singer revealed in her new memoir, Unbreak My Heart, that she had an abortion in her 30s after discovering she was pregnant with Carrie Lewis, her boyfriend at the time. She clarified that she was prescribed with a drug indicated for the treatment of severe acne, and that it could cause birth defects, including brain, heart, and facial deformities in an unborn baby. Toni, whose parents were Christians, wrote, "I knew I had taken a life. I believed that God's vengeance was to give my son autism." Besides that, Toni Braxton's sister, Tracy Braxton, died on March 12, 2022, at the age of 50. The singer confirmed her sister's death in a statement from the Braxton family on Instagram. The cause was esophageal cancer. Needless to say, she was a shining light, a wonderful daughter, an amazing sister, a loving mother, wife, grandmother, and respected artist, Toni wrote. In 2018, Toni revealed during a promotional video for the 6th season of the reality show Braxton Family Values that she got engaged to the rapper and music producer Birdman, the owner of Cash Money Records. Rumors about the relationship started in June 2016. The couple broke up briefly after the singer lost a $5 million engagement ring during a flight. She also deleted all photos of Birdman from her social networks. Later, they reconciled. So far, the relationship is a mystery, even to their own family. It is not known whether there is a marriage or not. In early 2012, Toni announced that she had started to work on a new album. But fan excitement over what would be the singer's 7th studio project would soon be over. On February 8, 2013, she announced plans to retire from her music career. Toni explained her decision, point out the loss of musical inspiration, and changing feelings about her future goals. Despite her announcement, she returned in 2014 with the studio album Love, Marriage, and Divorce, which contains duets with Babyface. They won a Grammy in 2015 for Best R&B Album. After releasing the single Deadwood, Toni Braxton announced plans to release Sex and Cigarettes. In April 2021, the singer posted a video on her official Instagram account, revealing a bald head, a beautiful physique that fits so well with a red bikini. The singer shared her new look in the video, which already has over 1 million views, and her fans quickly chimed in on how great she looks. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. There's a new video every week. Thank you very much and see you next time.